Hi, student athletes. My name is Anne-Marie Hayes, and I'm a research associate for the Joplin campus of KCU. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about how we want you involved with the study design and the schedule. So this is the study design and timeline. As your flyer mentioned, this is an 8-week study beginning February 18th, and it'll end April 23rd. So it's a crossover design study, which essentially means that everyone will participate in yoga at some point. Without the crossover design, there would be a group that only did yoga for 8 weeks, and there would be a group that didn't do yoga for 8 weeks. They would be our control group. So we wanted to actually do a crossover design, which would allow everyone to do yoga at some point. So essentially, if you're participating in the study, you'll be assigned to either cohort 1 or cohort 2. Cohort 1 is going to participate in yoga the first 4 weeks, and cohort 2 will not be participating in clinical yoga. However, both groups will be giving a saliva collection at week 1, and we'll be collecting the survey data as well as vitals. We'll also be doing that at week 4, and then you can see your spring break happens right in the middle. So even though this is week 5 of the study, technically it'll be week 6 in total because your spring break is happening right in the middle of this. And then once you're back from your spring break, the clinical yoga and non-clinical yoga will switch. So if you're in cohort 1, you will now be not participating in clinical yoga for 4 weeks. And if you're in cohort 2, you will be participating in clinical yoga for the last 4 weeks. The clinical yoga is going to be happening once a week on Wednesdays at 7, and we'll be doing that in the gym of the Justice Building. We'll also be collecting, as you can see, saliva and survey data, as well as your vitals at week 5 and 8. However, I also want to mention we'll be collecting your vitals before and after every yoga session. So if you're in a cohort that's not participating in clinical yoga currently, we won't be taking your vitals weekly. But if you are, then we'll be taking your vitals before and after the yoga session, just to give us more data points. And we'll be doing that in the gym as well. As I mentioned, this clinical yoga is going to be happening in the gym of the Justice Building on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. And you'll be given free yoga mats. These will be handed out at the start of the first clinical yoga session that you have. So if you're in cohort 2 and you're not doing clinical yoga, your mat will be given to you at the first yoga session at week 5. If you're in cohort 1, your yoga mat will be given to you at the first yoga session, which is week 1. You'll also be receiving $100 to Walmart. These will be given in 2 separate $50 gift cards. One will be handed to you at the onset of the study in week 1. The other will be handed to you at week 8 after you turn in your last saliva collection. And then we'll talk more about the dates, but as you can see, phase 1 of the study, which is the first 4 weeks, is February 18th to March 20th. Then your spring break occurs and we start back up again, and phase 2, which is the last 4 weeks, will be from March 25th to April 23rd. So this visual is essentially the same as the one we just looked at last time. It explains, again, everything that's going to be happening, but it also has the dates, which will be helpful. So week 1, right before your first yoga session, that weekend before, February 18th through the 20th, you'll be coming into the HSB room 337. This is the clinical simulation room. You'll be taken in by a student doctor. They will collect your saliva and then collect your vitals, and a social work student will come in and collect your survey data. There's another video on YouTube that explains exactly what's going to be happening during these big saliva, survey data, vital collection days. So feel free to watch that if you want a little bit more information about what to expect at those visits. Those visits should be 30-minute appointments, and even though this is the span of a weekend, this is going to be a sign-up time. So you'll come in and sign up for a certain day, a certain time. It'll be only 30 minutes of your time. So even though this spans a weekend, we only need you for 30 minutes at one point during this entire span of days. So then once that happens, the first week of yoga will happen on February 22nd, 7 p.m. Your yoga mat will be handed out. However, if you're in the other cohort, no yoga will happen. This pattern continues, and then you'll see at week 4, you'll be giving saliva, survey data, and vitals to us again. However, this is not the weekend. This is actually, I believe, a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And this is because this is just in case you're traveling during spring break. That way you can give us your saliva and survey data answers and vitals, and then you can go on your spring break if you're traveling, seeing family. And then when we come back, week 5, this is a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, just in case you're coming back late after your spring break. Then we start right back up again with the Wednesday night yoga. These will be hour-long sessions. Then after everything, we will collect your saliva, vitals, and survey data one more time in the HSB 337. And your gift card will be handed to you at the end. Your first gift card will be handed to you this first collection day, this first weekend. Just in case this is a lot of information, we also have this weekly schedule checklist that we'll be handing all of our participants. So we have one for cohort 1, and we also have one for cohort 2. This outlines the days and the times and everything you need to do and where you need to be. You'll see here that for the vitals, questionnaire data, and saliva collection in 337, HSB 337, there will be a sign up for it. The sign up will be linked here. It's not linked in this video, but you will get a link to a sign up. Please follow that link, sign up for a time. They're again in 30-minute time increments. It should only take about 10 minutes to collect vitals and 10 minutes to collect survey data. So we'll be giving you these weekly checklists that you can take home and check off just to keep you on track and make sure you're not missing anything. Again, thank you so much for participating. We're so excited to have you be a part of it, and we're looking forward to seeing what the data says.